Hey guys, I'm Aaron, and today we're going to draw an icosahedron using golden rectangles. I can't tell you how many times I've needed a perfect icosahedron or, any normal polygon and just forgot how to do it. I mean, honestly, I've done videos on here where we've taken triangles and like slowly pieced them together and there's an easier way. And I feel like you're probably here because you want that easier way. Well, I mean, you at least clicked on a thumbnail. So maybe you're just here because you watch these videos. Maybe an icosahedron is the thing you want to draw and you want the quickest, easiest way to do it. And I'm here to show you. So let's check it out. Let's do it right now. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to draw a perfect 3D polygon using a couple of rectangles. Those rectangles are going to be golden ratio rectangles. And all this is going to happen without mathing, no mathing at all. So first thing I'm going to do, I am going to get rid of Sri. Thanks for hanging, Sri. And I'm going to grab my rectangle tool. I'm going to try to do all of this around the origin because, like I said, if I'm modeling something, especially something that is like based off of a single point, something that's built around a point, I like to make that point be the center. So I'm going to come in with my rectangle. I'm going to hit the modifier key to draw from the center. When I say modifier key, I mean look down at the bottom here. At the bottom, I can see that I have options for toggling which plane it's on, toggling whether or not to model from the center. The reason I say look down here at the bottom is because it does change depending on the operating system. I'm currently on Mac, so I hit Option to toggle center drawing. On Windows, it's going to be a different key. So now I'm going to kind of move this around a little bit, and you can see it's going to lock at certain points. There's a little snap there where I'm drawing a square from the center. I don't want a square, I want a golden rectangle, so I'm going to move down to the right, and boom, there we go. We got a golden section. I'm going to click that. All right, so this is going to be one of 3 rectangles I'm going to draw. This one is flat to the blue axis, so I'm going to make this blue. I'm going to just grab all of it, color it with a nice blue color, and I don't have to do this. This is for presentation purposes. And then I'm going to grab it and I'm going to make it a group. Now, I'm going to take that one and I'm going to rotate it about the middle of the center, same center point. I'm going to rotate a copy of it. So I'm going to hit my modifier key based on my operating system, flip it this way. And then I'm also going to come to the end here and flip it this way, this time without making a copy. There we go. Okay, so that one is on the red axis. It's perpendicular to the red axis, so I'm going to color it red. I'm going to double click to enter. I'm going to grab paint bucket, grab my red color, and color that front and back. Boom, there we go. All right, so I have 2 rectangles crossing through each other. Guess what? I want more. So I'm going to grab the rectangle, rotate. I'm going to, again, use the modifier key to create a new copy, rotate that upright, and then I'm going to go down to, let's grab it up here, it'll be a little bit easier to see. I'm going to rotate it this way, 90 degrees again. I don't even mean to make a copy this time again, so like that. This one is perpendicular to the green axis, so I'm going to color it green. I'm going to double click to go in here, hit B to paint bucket, and grab a green color, and color that. Ooh, that's not green, that's something else. All right, there we go. And now I have the skeleton of my perfect icosahedron. I'm terrified at this point that I'm saying that word wrong. But anyhow, this is all it takes. 3 golden rectangles, the center all at the same point, rotated so they're perpendicular to each side. I'm going to grab all of these. Each of these were in a group because I didn't want their geometry to cross over each other, get stuck together, and I don't want them to stick to the geometry I'm about to create. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all 3 of them, right-click, put them into a new group. So this is my reference planes group. I'm going to right-click and I'm going to lock that group. By locking it, I can draw geometry over the top, I can move geometry around, I can do a select, and I'll never have to worry about losing what I've created here. Now that I've done that, I'm going to draw some rectangles. I'm going to click right here, up to here, across to here. I'm sorry, I said rectangles. I meant triangles. From there, I'm going to come down to here, back up to here. And basically, this is the process. Connect these faces together, one after another, just clicking through the points. This one's going to come up to here, up to here. One more right here is going to complete the top. Now, As soon as I draw a series of interconnected triangles, something's going to happen. And that something is this back plane. See how it drew an extra plane back there? There's a couple ways to get rid of this. One thing I could do is be conscious of what I'm drawing, and anytime an extra plane shows up like this, I could select and delete it. So see, now I'm just back to those 5 outside faces. The other option, which could be useful, is to come back later and just get my exterior planes. So we'll look at both. So that's one way I could do it as I'm drawing. So I'll just keep an eye on this and we'll note when new planes show up. So that, nothing new, but I'm gonna keep working my way around. We'll go from here to here to here. Nothing new from here up to here. Oh, got a plane. We'll just keep working. I'm gonna leave it because I wanna show you how to clean them out of the model after the fact. Remember, this is in a locked group, so it doesn't consider this line to be a closing edge for this face. So I do have to draw over the top of my locked group to get that to show up. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Some of you guys who watch me regularly know how much I enjoy stitching. And that's basically what this is. I got some 3D stitching going on. All right, so as I'm drawing each of these edges, I am getting more internal faces. You can see them here. Here, that's probably one. I think that's one, that's one. Those are all internal faces. Again, I'm gonna show you how to clean that up without, a couple ways to clean it up without getting too stressed about cleaning them as they go. So there we go, close that one up. This one's gonna come down to here, back to, oh, that was 2 of them are supposed to be there and there. There up to there, there up to there. All right, and there we go. I got a couple faces that were flipped inside out. This is because when I drew a line across, I actually connected the back face before this, so it thinks that this is an outside edge. So all I have to do is grab these 2 faces, right click, and hit reverse. All right, we're looking good. We have an icosahedron. If all I wanted was a thing that looked like this, we'd be done. But it's not good enough for me. We want to actually make this into a group. Maybe I'm printing this. This is going to be a sweet 20-sided die. I don't know what this is going to be, but we're going to do more with it. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a group, just a big select like this, and I'm going to move over to the side. Now this is why we locked everything. Remember when I said we're going to lock stuff? This is why we did it. Because no matter what happens, I select, I cannot move a group that is locked. So I can't move it, I can't rotate it, I can't scale it, nothing, it's locked there. So that means it's easy to get out of here. The other option would have been to, go into X-ray or something and select and delete these planes or something like that. But by grouping it, I know that none of this geometry is covering with this one, and by locking it, I know I can always move away from it without any issue. All right. Now we have an icosahedron. I need to get rid of the inside plane. So if I hit X, you can you can definitely see them. See all that stuff happening on the inside? Those are internal planes crossing over each other. I shouldn't see that. I should just see my exterior planes, my exterior faces. So I got to clean that up. So how do I do that? There's a couple ways. So one thing I could do is I could grab all of this, right click, make it a group. And if I have if I'm on the web version of SketchUp Go, or if I have downloaded the tool Solid Inspector, I can click that, and what it will do is it will find all those interior faces, and I can say fix, and they will now be gone. So if I look at it with X-ray now, you see what I'm talking about? I just have my exterior faces. That's one option. If I don't have that, let's look at some other options. I'm gonna hit Command Z to get all my faces back. I'm gonna double click to enter this. Well, here, we'll just explode it back out. So I'm just raw geometry right now. I could take one face and I could hide it, and then I can peek inside and just start deleting these interior faces as I see them. This is a great way to do it, but it can get a little awkward. Sometimes it's hard to see inside and know exactly what you're deleting. Sometimes you might over delete and uh-oh, I see outside. I shouldn't see outside, so I'm gonna Command Z to get that face back. Delete. So this is an option. I could go about this. Notice how when trainers do this, they're like, you could do it like this. And then they do a hard drawn out way, and then they show you the way that's quicker and easier next. Yeah, we're gonna do that. All right, so once I do that, I go to Edit, I go to Unhide Last, and there we go. Now I got just my external faces. I think, yeah, I'm good. All right, I'm gonna undo a bunch of that, get all my ugly faces back in there. All right. And I'm just tapping X on the keyboard as the default X-ray shortcut so I can see the inside faces. All right, the other option, and I got a couple extra clicks I got to do here, but I could come in here, hold down Shift, and click each of the 20 faces of my shape. So just the faces. And I don't want to do a group select because I don't want to select the pieces that are inside. So fairly quick, fairly easy to grab those pieces, got them, and now I could go move a copy over here. Because I'm moving a copy, I'm not bringing the inside faces with. Whoops, I did somehow manage to get one or two selected in there. Maybe that's a terrible plan. Maybe that's a bad way to do it. I don't know how I got a couple. I just got two, brought two over somehow. Maybe I did a quick drag like that as I was clicking. So let's try that one more time. Each click should light up one face, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I did drag 7, 8, 9, 10. But, so, oh, yeah, something's already highlighted inside there. I can see it. Or maybe not. Oh boy, I can't even tell what I'm doing. But what I want to show you is, let's say I get all these highlighted. I think I got my 20 sides highlighted. How can I tell for sure if I have it? If I go to Entity Info, I should only have 20 sides. I do have 22 things highlighted. Now those things could be internal faces, or it is possible that they're these edges. So if I deselect that edge and I deselect that edge, now I have 20 faces selected, so I feel confident that if I copy them, I'm not bringing over interior faces because they would have showed up in the selection. So there we go. Perfect icosahedron based off of a golden rectangle. Oh, the other thing I could do at this point, let's say I want to scale this. I'm going to go ahead and put one of these in a group. Select this one, right click, make a group. And all I have to know in order to scale to the right size is what is the length of one side right here. So say this is supposed to be 1 inch. I double click in here. I grab my tape measure tool. I'm going to turn off drawing a guide. And I'm going to draw a line from here to here. I'm going to say 1 inch. That's going to say, do you want to resize your group? This is why I put it in a group. I don't want to resize the rest of my model. These ones are supposed to be this size or something. I don't know. But I only want to rescale what's in here. By putting in the group, then I get this prompt that says, do you want to resize the active group? If you don't get this message, then you're rescaling the whole model. In this case, I hit yes. That resizes. And if we come way down here, here is a icosahedron with a 1 inch side. So there you go. That question that has been plaguing you, keeping you up at night, preventing you from being able to enjoy your cereal in the morning, has now been answered. So congratulations on learning how to make a perfect icosahedron using the golden section. If you like that video, click like down below. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. We create several videos each and every week, and you'll be notified of all of them if you subscribe. Most importantly, even more important than that, is leave us a comment down below. Have you done this before? Do you enjoy using math and geometry stuff like this? If so, let us know. Maybe we'll make more videos like this. If you're one of those people who goes, I just got a tool that draws it, or I just downloaded, I already have one saved, that's cool. I would suggest still giving this a shot, because learning how to use the drawing tools to draw complex geometry is kind of what 3D modeling is all about. So it's a good practice, even if you don't have a need for icosahedron right this moment. That's everything I had to say about icosahedrons. In fact, that was more than I was expecting to say about icosahedrons, and I never expected to say the word icosahedron this many times. Thanks.